So Surrey and White Rock are about to change in a big way. Quietly though, not small upgrades, three real mega projects, shaping where we live, shop, and play. If you live here or want to, this will shape your day-to-day and your dollars. So stay to the very end of this video because I'm gonna show you exactly where they're landing, who benefits first, plus a surprise that could shift everything around us. You only get one chance to buy or sell your next home. Let's get it right. Let's be honest, the reputation of living in South Surrey and White Rock has been mixed. If you wanted real amenities or a proper town center, you drove up to Vancouver or to Surrey City Centre. White Rock, cute little beach town. South Surrey, nice houses, but not much to do. Long drives on 152nd Street or King George. Great lifestyle, just spread out. That story is about to change. And we're not talking about the new Generations Park splash pad or revitalizing things like Sunnyside Fields baseball diamonds. We're talking about three quiet mega projects that reshape how we live, shop, and get outside. Plus a nearby surprise that is going to affect us all. Quick note, my name is Darren, and since 2007, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of families buy and sell in the South Surrey, White Rock, and surrounding areas, many who have found us right here on this YouTube channel. If you're thinking about making a move, hit the link below to book a time to speak with me and my team, and whether you're just exploring or you're actually ready to go, my team and I would love to connect with you to make sure you get the advice that you need. All right, so let's start with the heartbeat of all of the changes that are coming up, and that is the Semiahmoo Town Centre Plan. Right now, Semiahmoo is a classic suburban core. The Semiahmoo Shopping Centre on about 20 acres at 152nd Street and 16th Avenue. It's a sea of surface parking, the library, the Bakerview Park nearby, and the Semiahmoo Bus Exchange. It all works, but it isn't a real main street yet. Here's what's changing. The city has a 30-year plan to turn this into a walkable downtown for South Surrey. The planned area is huge, about 336 acres, spanning from 16th Avenue up to 24th Avenue and roughly Martin Drive east towards Earl Marriott Secondary. Growth is focused in the center. The edges keep their character. And we aren't talking about adding something small, like a one-off high-rise tower here. It's a full town center blueprint. For about a dozen new buildings that are coming and on the way, heights of those buildings step up in the core and taper out. Picture high-rise mixed use with retail at street level and homes above, and then mid-rise, then low-rise. On the mall blocks and along 152nd Street, heights of these new buildings will go up to about 24 stories. Right next door in White Rock, the North Bluff corridor allows up to 28 stories, so the skyline will peak at the border and terrace down. Phase 1 is already filed on the north side of the mall site at 18th Avenue and Martin Drive. You've got three mixed-use buildings, which includes two 20-story towers and one 12-story building, all sitting over top of street-level shops. Roughly about 554 new homes, about 4,500 square feet of new retail, and around 7,500 square feet of new park space. Those podiums create real sidewalks and storefronts. The old gas station and small pads will get replaced, and more phases will follow across the 20 acres. Transit levels are going to go up too. The Semiahmoo Bus Exchange is set for upgrades, and the corridor is being prepared for bus rapid transit on King George and 152nd Street. Dedicated lanes, signal priority, weather-protected stations, and faster trips to Surrey Central with fewer transfers. This means less commuting and more time actually living. The streets are going to be broken up into smaller walkable blocks. New local connections, plaza and pocket parks in the core. Medical mixed-use zone supports clinics, pharmacies, and offices tied to Peace Arch services. Retail stays at grade, right on the ground level, with 4 to 6 story podiums and towers set back above. So it feels like a main street, not towers in a parking lot. So what will it feel like to live here? A true main street at 152nd and 16th. You're gonna have cafes, groceries, fitness, clinics, patios, all on foot. Hundreds of new homes in early phases with more to come. So the area feels alive all day. Better bus service now and bus rapid transit service as the corridors upgrade. Teens and seniors can get around without the car now. And bottom line, today it's a mall and really just parking. But what's planned is a multi-phase mixed-use downtown with homes over shops, plazas, and rapid bus. City-scale change that puts daily needs right onto our doorstep. Semiahmoo gives you the daily hub. Now, that piece changes on your weekends. The next project on our list is the Nicomekl Riverfront Park. Right now, access to the river is patchy. It's bits of dike, informal trails, and a couple of entry points near King George and Elgin Heritage Park. It's beautiful, but it's really broken up. Most people don't walk it end to end because you can't really. What's planned is a connected 3-kilometer, 80-acre riverfront park on the south side of the Nicomekl, running from Elgin Road to 40th Avenue. It rolls out in 3 phases, west to east, so big usable sections open as they're finished. Phase 1 lands on both sides of King George Boulevard. On the west side, the Haddon Mill area gets a riverfront lawn, picnic spots, and a family-friendly play zone, viewpoints, and trailheads. On the east side, the Oxbow area adds long multi-use paths right along the water, boardwalk lookouts, nature play, and launch spots for kayaks and canoes. Together, that first phase is roughly 24 acres and finally creates an easy, obvious arrival to the river at King George Boulevard. The design stitches neighborhoods together, a continuous waterfront path, loop trails, and new entrances tied to local streets and bikeways. Grades stay gentle for strollers and wheelchairs. Wayfinding, lighting, seating, and washrooms make it usable all year. The cool thing about this is you've got nature that's going to be just 5 minutes from one of your favorite coffee shops. This isn't going to look like a hard seawall either. It's going to be softer and greener. You're going to have restored wetlands, habitat islands, and native planting built to handle floods and future sea level rise. You get open sight lines and framed views across the estuary. What residents feel day to day is going to be things like morning walks, after school loops, weekend paddles, just 5 minutes from Semiahmoo. Kids have safe places to roam, dogs get real trails, seniors get flat, well-lit paths, and what buyers feel? Well, homes near continuous park and water access that are going to hold their values for a long, long time. Because people pay for everyday nature that they can actually use. So what's the timing on all this? Well, phase 1 is approved and in construction, opening in sections as work completes. The next phase extends to the park eastward. Bottom line, today you've got scattered access, and soon you'll have a 3-kilometer riverfront park with real trails, play areas, viewpoints, and boat launches. South Surrey's backyard is finally going to be connected. Third on our list is the neighborhood living room that ties it all together, Grandview Heights Community Park. Grandview Heights has amazing anchors already. You've got the Aquatic Centre and Grandview Heights Secondary, but no true community park stitching everything together yet. And that's all changing. The city has budgeted for about $3.1 million to start design and phase 1 construction of a new community park right between the school and the Aquatic Centre. Planning starts in 2025 inside the current 5-year capital plan. More amenities get layered in as future funding is approved. Phase 1 gets the park moving, site planning, the main paths and gathering areas, and the core utilities and landscaping that make the latter features possible. Think walkable paths, open lawns, places to sit, and room for family play and small events, all designed to connect the school, the pool, and the surrounding homes. As phases advance, expect typical community park programming to arrive. Courts, bigger play areas, shade structures, washrooms, guided by the public input. So why does this all matter? It gives the Grandview neighborhood a central gathering place, not just by a field, by a school. It stitches daily life together, swimming lessons, school pickup, a quick walk or bike to the park. No car required. For buyers, homes walkable to a real community park next to a major aquatic center, well, that's going to likely hold value over time as well. So just a quick timing note on all of this. The park is in the city's 2025 to 2029 capital program. Phase 1 starts with design and early build. Future amenities roll out in stages. So bottom line right now, you've got a top tier aquatic park and new secondary school. And next you've got a true community park that's going to land between them. School, pool, and park all connected on foot. So I told you I had one more surprise for you, and I want to frame it like this. If Semiahmoo is your daily hub and Nicomekl is your weekend backyard and Grandview is the neighborhood living room, what I'm going to share with you isn't in South Surrey and White Rock, but absolutely affects us all. And that is the new Cloverdale Hospital and BC Cancer Center. So this is in Cloverdale, just up the road south of Quantum Polytechnic University's Cloverdale campus. So why am I including it in this video? Well, it brings more care closer for Peninsula families and takes pressure off Peace Arch Hospital, White Rock's own hospital currently, which means better wait times and more capacity in our own backyard. So what's being built? Well, it's a fully electric smart hospital with 168 beds, a 24/7 emergency department with 55 treatment spaces and 5 operating rooms. The Integrated Cancer Center adds 6 linear accelerators for radiation, 54 chemo bays, plus a cyclotron and PET/CT imaging. So many treatments that people used to travel into Vancouver for can happen right here in Surrey. Regarding the timeline and scale of this is a multi-billion-dollar build already, under construction. They're expecting substantial completion in 2029, opening up to the public in about 2030. At peak, up to 1,500 workers are on site. After opening, it anchors hundreds of long-term healthcare jobs. So what does this mean for South Surrey and White Rock? Well, it's closer specialized care for more conditions with fewer trips across the river. Peace Arch gets more breathing room, less strain, better flow for ER and surgeries, and knock-on benefits for housing and businesses. Healthcare staff want to live nearby, and families value proximity to a modern hospital. So the bottom line here is, even though the address says in Cloverdale, the impact lands here in South Surrey and White Rock. More care options, shorter waits, and stronger demand for the homes across the South End. So to recap everything, we're not getting small upgrades here in South Surrey, White Rock. We're getting a real town center at Semiahmoo, a connected 80-acre riverfront park on the Nicomekl, and a true community park in Grandview. Plus, the new Cloverdale Hospital next door brings more care closer and eases pressure on Peace Arch. That changes daily life here in the community, where you shop, how you get outside, and how fast you get care. And yes, it also affects home values. So if you're thinking about making a move, I'd love to help you get ahead of these changes. Book a call with me using the link below. And if this video, like so many others on our playlist for our Living in White Rock YouTube series, have piqued your interest in calling this area home, you're definitely going to want to check out the video coming up next. It's all about the 3 best neighborhoods to live in South Surrey and White Rock, street by street, budget by budget, so you can pick the right fit with 0 guesswork. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you over on the next one coming up right now.
If you've ever wondered what areas or what neighborhoods of White Rock are the absolute best to live in and thought they were all the same, well, you'd be dead wrong.